Stop right there. Do not scroll past this. Aries. You did not click on this message by accident today, and it wasn't an algorithm that brought you here. It was the exact moment of your cycle crying out for clarity. I can feel the weight you have been carrying in silence, that exhausting hesitation right when you are standing on the edge of the biggest leap of your life. If you ignore this now, you might walk away from the very door the universe just unlocked for you. So stay with me, because the veil is about to fall. You are one decision away from completely changing your life. Yet, right at the finish line, an unseen force pushes back. It is that invisible wall of glass right at the finish line. You can see the new life, you can reach out for it, but every time you try to step through, you hit something heavy and unseen that throws you off balance. You will understand why every time you are one step away from a massive victory, an invisible weight pulls you back. You will discover who or what is actually feeding this sudden hesitation in your mind. You will learn the exact sign that proves this resistance isn't yours, but a projected envy trying to steal your momentum. You will see the specific spiritual blindfold that needs to be removed before you can finally make that one decision. And before this message closes, I will tell you one sentence about your life that you will carry with you for the next few months. Have you ever felt that heavy paralysis that hits your chest just when you are about to take the biggest step of your life? And as if something inside you is whispering that asking for more is dangerous, and your mind is slowly starting to believe it. And what if this sudden self-doubt, this brain fog, and these constant delays are not signs that you are on the wrong path, but the universe showing you the spiritual envy that is desperately trying to block your Aries breakthrough? Because while many simply blame their own insecurity, few realize that this hesitation can carry an unspoken jealousy, an energetic chain, and a spiritual siege that has not yet been broken. But what if the great turning point lies in this revelation that you haven't been able to apply yet? Now think with me. Why does everything in my life stall exactly when it is about to work out? Every project that died on the eve of success, every safe advice that left a bitter taste in your mouth, every sleepless night, doubting your own fire, every sudden exhaustion before a big move, and this constant sensation of walking through invisible mud. What if these are signs of a spiritual envy that you have ignored for far too long? It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy, Against the Sign of Aries. This digital book is not just a read. It is a revelation created for Aries who want to understand where this paralyzing energy is truly coming from. Cut the invisible cords of envy, the evil eye and silent sabotage shield your aura, so you can finally make that life-changing decision without an ounce of hesitation. Many Aries already feel that they need to protect themselves from this energy that surrounds them, but they still haven't made the decision to download the digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But pay attention, the access could be taken offline at any moment. It reveals reflections, hidden signs, and directions that can transform your path. Do not wait for another massive opportunity to slip through your fingers right at the finish line before you decide to protect your energy. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the heavy resistance trying to keep you in place might be the exact proof that the universe has prepared a new reality for you that is simply too massive for them to comprehend. If this first word has already touched something within you, write "My light is mine" down below. Not for me, but because another Aries who is standing exactly where you were a year ago needs this message to find them tonight. This path has a map, and it is already within your reach in the first pinned comment. I will come back to it in a little while, but first, you need to see what is standing in your way. And if for some reason you are not interested or cannot acquire the digital book right now, there is still another door open for you. I do not receive a single cent for any of these messages that I deliver here every day. Nothing at all. And even so, they keep coming out every day for you and for every Aries who still needs to be reached. If at any moment your heart wants to give back a little of what you received, there is a voluntary donation link open in the first pinned comment right below the digital book. Any amount that fits in your hand today, any amount that your heart points to, that is what keeps this channel standing. That is what makes the next message reach another Aries tomorrow, exactly as it reached you today. I am waiting for you there, Aries. I still haven't told you the most important thing. There are 4 signs that this siege is already acting upon you, and you will recognize at least one. I need you to slow down for a second. We are about to look directly at the invisible wall that has been pushing you back every time you try to step into your new life. Notice how your body reacts to what I am going to say now. If you feel a sudden urge to scroll away, recognize it. That is the exact resistance we are talking about. There are 4 specific signs that this energetic siege is already acting upon you right now as you stand on the edge of this massive shift. You might have tried to rationalize them, but your spirit knows the truth, and I can guarantee that you will recognize at least one of them. The first sign is the sudden brain fog. Think about that afternoon when you sat in front of your screen, completely ready to finalize that project or send that crucial message. You knew exactly what to do, but out of nowhere, a heavy, paralyzing fog hit you, forcing you to delay it yet again. You called it a sudden loss of confidence. The universe called it an energetic siege at the finish line. This wasn't exhaustion. It was a targeted drain trying to buy time, trying to keep you from crossing the threshold. The second sign is the hollow advice. Remember that conversation over coffee where someone you deeply trust told you to play it safe? They told you not to risk so much right now, leaving you with a strange, heavy knot in your stomach. For some of you, this showed up at work. A sudden lack of support from a boss or colleague right when you were aiming for a leap. For others, it was in your inner circle, a friend who subtly questioned your sanity for wanting more. You called it being realistic and careful. The universe called it the invisible weight of envy, holding your feet to the ground. It wasn't care, it was their own limitation trying to chain your fire. The third sign is the midnight anxiety. Think of waking up at 3:00 a.m. with your heart racing, feeling an overwhelming dread about a choice you were completely confident about just yesterday. You lay there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, wondering if you are making a massive mistake by asking for too much. You called it bad timing, or perhaps your intuition warning you. The universe called it the ultimate test of your spiritual boundaries before the breakthrough. It was the siege, whispering fears that do not belong to you, hoping you would claim them as your own. The fourth sign is the unexplained clutter. Look around your room or your workspace. You might have noticed that right as you need to focus on this massive shift, everything around you suddenly feels chaotic. Things start breaking down. Small crises erupt out of nowhere, constantly demanding your immediate attention. This is not bad luck. It is the energetic static trying to distract you from the door that is wide open. It is a calculated spiritual distraction meant to pull your eyes away from the prize. These 4 signs have a common origin, and it has a name. But before I give you that name, you need something else. There is a path of protection, and I'm going to open it right now. Before the name, before the word. Because whoever carries the weight of this siege right at the finish line needs relief before receiving the revelation. Stay. And this is exactly where the path of protection opens. The signs that just hit you did not hit by accident, Aries. This is not a random sequence of bad luck, and it is certainly not a sudden loss of your natural fire. You are standing in front of that invisible wall of glass right at the finish line, pushing you back every time you try to step into your new life. It feels exactly as if a cold breath is constantly telling you that staying exactly where you are is the only way to survive. But I want you to look at this from a higher perspective. What if this isn't a lack of courage, but the absolute confirmation that an energetic siege is trying to delay your victory? The spiritual weight you are carrying right now is directly proportionate to the massive leap you are about to take. They know what happens when an Aries decides to finally move, and they are terrified of your light blinding them. I have seen Aries who are exactly where you are right now. I have watched them pace in their rooms late at night, doubting their own brilliant minds, wondering why every single time they try to claim their space, a new obstacle magically appears out of thin air. I have seen them slowly shrink their own ambitions, almost apologizing for their strength, believing they should just settle for the quiet and predictable path. But the truth is, the ones who break through to the other side are not the ones who suddenly find more courage. They are the ones who finally recognize that the hesitation they feel in their bones is not theirs. They are the ones who stop negotiating with a fear that was placed upon their shoulders by someone else's silent envy. The doors that shut at the last second. The hollow advice that drains your confidence, the overwhelming dread about a choice you were certain of yesterday. You cannot fight a spiritual siege with pure logic, Aries. You cannot outthink an energy that is specifically designed to feed on your hesitation and mimic your own inner voice. You have to cut it at the root. It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. This is a precise, unapologetic map designed to show you exactly how to understand where this paralyzing energy is truly coming from. Cut the invisible cords of envy. The evil eye and silent sabotage shield your aura so you can finally make that life-changing decision without an ounce of hesitation. This is the truth you need to hear today. Envy only has power in the hesitation before the leap. The siege shatters the moment you recognize it is not your fear, but theirs. And you must do this now, because this cosmic configuration does not wait for anyone. Every day you spend negotiating with this invisible siege is another day your true life remains on hold. Every moment you allow that cold breath to dictate your actions is a moment you surrender your blazing Aries fire to those who want you dim. Every massive opportunity you let slip away because of a sudden unexplained brain fog is a victory handed directly over to the exact envy that is trying to keep you small. Do not let another day pass under the weight of an energy that does not belong to your soul. The digital book is available in the first pinned comment. Download it right now while this word is still alive inside your chest. When you open it, you are not just reading. You are claiming the complete energetic shielding that only this path maps out entirely. Take a deep breath with me. Notice how even now, just hearing these words spoken out loud, a part of that heavy knot in your stomach begins to loosen. That invisible wall of glass is already starting to crack, simply because you have finally stopped blaming yourself for the delay. The moment you shine a blinding light on the envy, it loses its grip in the dark. Your momentum was never gone, Aries. It was only trapped beneath the weight of expectations and fears projected by those who cannot keep up with your relentless pace. You are preparing to step through, and the air on the other side of that glass is entirely yours to breathe. And as I told you earlier, Aries, besides the digital book that is in the first pinned comment, there is that open voluntary donation link right below the book. I still do not receive a single cent for each message that comes out of here for you. That is why this link exists, so that another Aries tomorrow finds exactly this message that found you today. Any amount that your heart points to. Every such gesture keeps our channel standing and makes the next message reach those who need it, exactly as it reached you today. What is acting against you has a shape, and it has a deadline. And now, with the path laid out before you, the name descends. You have spent so much time trying to figure out what is wrong with you. You have analyzed every delay, questioned your own readiness, and convinced yourself that if things are this difficult right at the very end, maybe it is a sign that you should just wait a little longer. You have carried the burden of every stalled project and every sudden wave of exhaustion as if it were a personal failure. But there is a specific name for this sudden paralyzing resistance that hits you right before a massive breakthrough. It isn't a lack of preparation. It isn't a sudden loss of confidence. It isn't bad timing. It is the threshold of envy. This is the exact cosmic window where the spiritual siege concentrates all its force, gathering every doubt from your environment and projecting it directly into your mind. Why right now? Why right when you are about to finally win? Because the threshold of envy is the absolute last moment this heavy energy has access to you, before you cross over into a reality they simply cannot reach. They know that once you make this decision, once you finally step through that invisible wall of glass and claim what is yours, you will become entirely untouchable. The hesitation you feel vibrating in your chest is not your spirit telling you to stop. It is the frantic, desperate grip of an envy that knows it is about to lose you forever. They do not necessarily want to destroy you. They just want you to stay exactly where you are, because your stagnation is the only thing that makes their own lack of movement feel safe. But you cannot shrink your life anymore just to keep their world comfortable. Imagine a pioneer standing at the edge of a dark, uncharted forest. They are holding the only torch. The only source of warmth, and everyone behind them is shivering in the cold, waiting for them to move. But right as the pioneer lifts their foot to step into the dark and claim the new land, a sudden gust of wind keeps trying to blow the torch out. It isn't the forest that is dangerous. It isn't the unknown that is threatening. It is the cold breath of those behind who are terrified of being left in the dark. They blow on the flame, consciously or unconsciously, hoping that if the light dies, the pioneer will be forced to stay behind with them in the cold. That is exactly where you are right now, Aries. You are the pioneer holding the blazing light, and the resistance you feel, that heavy, sudden wind trying to extinguish your momentum right at the finish line, is just the fear of those watching you outgrow them. But the pioneer does not drop the torch. The moment they realize the wind is coming from behind, they simply take the step forward, crossing into a vast territory where that cold breath can no longer reach them. Your fire was given to you to illuminate new worlds, not to be dimmed by those who refuse to walk. I saw you staring at that screen, ready to move forward, and letting that heavy fog force you to step back one more time. I watched you dim your own brilliant fire because the weight of their unspoken jealousy felt entirely too heavy to carry across the line alone. But I did not bring you this far to let you turn back now. The door is wide open, the path is cleared, and the only thing required to step through is dropping a fear that was never yours to carry in the first place. There is a man who carried this exact same heavy hesitation for years. He was standing at the edge of a massive career shift, constantly finding brilliant, perfectly logical excuses to delay the one choice that would completely free him. Every time the perfect opportunity arose, a sudden, manufactured crisis in his daily routine would pull him back. He blamed his own timing. He blamed his own lack of focus. And then the cycle broke. What changed in him wasn't that he suddenly woke up and found more courage. It was that he finally stopped owning the fear. He realized the paralysis wasn't his, but a projected spiritual envy from his environment, a heavy, energetic net cast by people who needed him to stay small so they wouldn't have to face their own limitations. The moment he mentally cut that invisible tie, the decision didn't take an agonizing effort anymore. It happened in a single, weightless exhale. He stepped through the threshold of envy, and the resistance shattered on the floor behind him. You are still processing this right now, feeling that strange warmth spreading through your chest as the heavy weight you have carried for so long finally begins to lose its grip on your shoulders. The deepest truth is still ahead, and it has your name. This invisible siege did not just block your path, it tried to fundamentally rewrite who you are. When you spend years fighting a heavy, exhausting resistance you cannot even see, you slowly start adapting to the weight. You start believing that your natural state is a constant struggle, forgetting the absolute, unstoppable force of nature you were born to be. But the moment you name the envy, you don't just clear the path forward, you reclaim the core of your identity. There is the delayed conqueror, the Aries who fought the hardest battles, built the strongest foundations, but somehow got used to constantly waiting at the gate while others effortlessly walked right in. You convinced yourself that patience was a necessary virtue, when in reality, your fiery momentum was simply being drained by those who were terrified of your reign. You accepted the delay as your own timing, masking the spiritual sabotage with logic. There is the dimmed flame, the Aries who learned to carefully shrink their own brilliance just to keep the peace in the room. You started speaking softer, dreaming smaller, and hiding your massive victories because you could feel the silent, heavy discomfort of those around you. Aries senses the shift in the air. Aries feels the unspoken jealousy before a word is even said. Aries dims their own fire so others won't feel cold, carrying the guilt of being too much. And then there is the restless pioneer, the one who knows deep in their bones they are meant for something massive, yet feels inexplicably chained to a daily routine that no longer fits their spirit. You pace in the waiting room of your own life, feeling a fierce, restless energy building inside, only to be completely paralyzed by a sudden fear of the unknown that doesn't even belong to you. You are not just one of them. You have lived through all three, carrying an exhausting weight that was never meant for your shoulders. Notice your chest now. Take a deep, intentional breath and feel that sudden, undeniable expansion. This warmth rising inside you right now has a name. It is the return of your absolute unapologetic sovereignty. You are finally recognizing yourself, and the moment you see your own reflection without the distortion of their envy, the invisible chain shatters completely. But this identity that has just been declared over your life needs to be sustained. Because the Aries, who knows their own value without knowing the siege that surrounds them, goes back to carrying heavy stairs that are not theirs. You cannot just recognize your fire, you must permanently shield it. That is exactly why I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. It is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. You need this digital book to sustain the pioneer identity that has just been declared over your life. It isn't just about breaking the chain today. It is about mapping the exact energetic boundaries to guarantee it never wraps around your ankles again. Do not wait for the heavy hesitation to return before you secure the truth that was just spoken about you. Click the link in the first pinned comment, download your copy, and seal the perimeter of your new reality so that no silent sabotage can ever make you doubt your own brilliant mind again. I promised I would come back to this, but first, you need to know how this cycle will try to return, because it will try. I told you I would come back to this, because knowing who you are is only the beginning. Now you need to know exactly how the cycle will attempt to creep back into your life. The invisible siege will not simply give up because you recognized its face today. It will try to change its shape. And I am going to give you 3 specific tactics it will use against you in the coming days, along with the 3 exact weapons you must use to dismantle them instantly. The first tactic is the sudden urge to explain your decision to someone who has always doubted you. Right when you are feeling completely confident in your new path, an overwhelming, almost magnetic compulsion will hit you to call that one friend, colleague, or family member just to run it by them or seek their validation. This is the siege trying to siphon your certainty through their skepticism. Your first weapon is absolute silence. When that urge rises, I want you to physically close your mouth, take a conscious step back, and remember this absolute law. You do not owe an explanation to the energy trying to drain you. The second tactic is a manufactured crisis in your daily routine, perfectly timed to distract you from the big picture. Right when you sit down to finalize the leap, a minor drama will suddenly erupt out of nowhere. An old problem will resurface, or an unexpected demand will scream for your immediate attention. It wants you entirely exhausted before you reach the finish line. Your second weapon is tunnel vision. You look directly at the chaos, you refuse to engage emotionally with the static, and you declare out loud, "I see the distraction, and I choose my path." The third tactic is perhaps the most dangerous of all. It is a heavy wave of imposter syndrome hitting you right before you sign the paper, send the crucial message, or finally make the move. That cold breath will whisper directly into your ear that you are asking for too much, that you are simply not ready yet, and that staying safe is better than failing. Your third weapon is the anchor breath. You physically ground both of your feet firmly on the floor, pull the air deep into your lungs and state, "This light is mine, and I do not apologize for its size." These 3 weapons protect you from what I managed to show you today. But the cycle has more layers than can fit in one video, and you must be ready for the unseen angles. When the sudden urge to explain yourself returns, when the manufactured crisis tries to distract you, when the imposter syndrome hits right before you sign, you will need a defense that covers every single blind spot. The resistance will test your boundaries in ways you haven't even anticipated yet. That is why you need this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. It is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. This digital book is the complete map of the armor you need, so this siege never catches you off guard again. I am not rushing you. I am warning you. Do not wait for the next invisible chain to wrap around your ankles before you open the map. The cosmic window for this massive shift is wide open right now, but this specific energetic portal will not stay open forever. Download your copy and claim your complete spiritual shielding today. And now, I need you to stop learning for a moment and start feeling. I need you to stop learning for a moment and just be here with me. Wherever you are right now, Whatever you are doing, I want you to consciously lower your guard. Drop your shoulders. Let go of the tension you have been holding in your neck all day, that invisible armor you wear just to get through the week. Take one deep, intentional breath slowly and just listen to the sound of my voice. Allow yourself to receive this without overthinking. Close your eyes. I want you to locate that heavy hesitation, that familiar, agonizing knot in your stomach that tightens every single time you think about taking this massive step. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I want you to visualize that knot, not as a part of your own body, but as a thick, dark cord tied securely around your waist. See it trailing backward, extending far into the shadows of everyone who ever doubted you, everyone whose unspoken jealousy desperately needed you to stay exactly where you are. Now imagine a blade of pure, blazing Aries fire appearing directly in your right hand. You can feel the intense heat of it. With one swift, decisive motion, you swing that blade and cut the cord completely. Feel the instant, physical snap reverberating through your spine. Feel the heavy, suffocating weight immediately drop off your lower back and shatter on the floor behind you. Notice how your lungs suddenly expand, how the air around you is finally crystal clear, and how the next step forward feels entirely weightless. You are no longer chained to their fear. Let go of the heavy paralysis that kept you pacing in front of the finish line. Let go of the hollow advice that made you question your own brilliant intuitive mind. Let go of the overwhelming need to explain your massive ambitions to those who are terrified of your light. Let go of the silent guilt of leaving the waiting room and finally crossing the threshold into your brand new life. The delayed conqueror is no longer waiting endlessly at the gate. You are walking right through to claim the absolute victory that belongs to you. The dimmed flame is no longer shrinking to keep the room comfortable. You are blazing with an unapologetic, undeniable sovereignty. The restless pioneer is no longer pacing in the cold shadows. You are stepping completely out of the dark, holding the torch high and forging your own untethered path. You can feel this massive shift happening in your body right now, that sudden rush of clarity and power returning to your chest. Before we seal this, write down below the name of someone you are carrying through this crossing, or if it is just for you, write in one sentence what you are expecting the universe to return to your hands. I will read it. And you will not write this alone. Do not let go of this energy yet. We are not done. Stay with me. I seal the walls of your home against the heavy energetic static that tries to drain your peace. I seal the fierce, relentless effort you have poured into your biggest dreams. I seal the massive, life-changing shift that is already standing right at your door. I saw you trying to protect your own brilliant light from the cold, heavy wind circling around you. You carried the weight of delayed projects and endless sleepless nights, constantly believing you were somehow failing the ultimate test. In reality, you were standing right at the edge of the most massive breakthrough of your entire life. You questioned your own timing, silently wondering if perhaps you were asking for too much, too soon, from a world that wasn't ready to give it. I saw you staring at that screen, ready to move forward and letting that heavy fog force you to step back one more time. I watched you dim your own brilliant fire because the weight of their unspoken jealousy felt entirely too heavy to carry across the line alone. But the hesitation vibrating in your chest was never yours to own. I have cleared the exhausting energetic static that has been continuously clouding your mind. The doors that shut at the last second were not rejections, but absolute confirmations that you were outgrowing the room. I have witnessed every single moment you shrunk your massive ambitions just to keep the peace for those who are terrified of your light. And I am telling you right now that the season of shrinking is officially over. Your blazing fire was given to you to illuminate entirely new worlds, not to be dimmed by those who refuse to take the step. Do not let another wave of midnight anxiety convince you that you are walking alone in this crossing. The massive, untouchable reality I have prepared for you is simply too vast for their limited comprehension, and you no longer need their fragile validation to step directly into it. The invisible, calculated siege that desperately tried to chain you to the waiting room has finally been exposed in the blinding light. Your fierce momentum is returning to your spirit, raw and entirely untouched. I have placed the exact map of your protection directly in your hands today, so you can cross the threshold of this new life without a single ounce of fear holding you back. The doubt that speaks with your voice ends here. The manufactured crisis that demanded your attention ends here. The heavy wave of imposter syndrome right before the leap ends here. Aries has never been too impulsive. Aries is not envied for arriving first. Aries is envied for having the courage others spend their lives pretending to have. Don't let go yet. The universe has just told you, I saw you staring at that screen, ready to move forward, and letting that heavy fog force you to step back one more time. And that is exactly why I need to remind you of something critical before sealing this hour. What was cut here is real. But that silent fog that will try to creep back into your room tomorrow morning to make you doubt your own decision will aggressively test your boundaries. The world will try to convince you that nothing changed. That is why the great secret behind the spiritual envy against the sign of Aries is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. You need this digital book to sustain the unshakable clarity that was forged in this crossing, so it does not fade by sunrise. Do not wait for tomorrow to test the absolute protection that was built today. Download your copy and guarantee your shield remains intact. There are thousands of Aries listening to this right now, in the exact same silence as you. If this voice found you today, subscribe to the channel, not for a number, but because the next message of this series will look exactly for those who have already crossed this first one. In the next video of this series, I am going to show you the exact sign that appears 3 days before the spiritual siege breaks, and why almost every Aries completely ignores it. Do not miss it. And still in this video, Aries, before I seal this hour with you, I come back one last time to this request. You have walked with me this far. You have crossed every word, every revelation, every sign. And if at any moment of this message you felt the universe touch you, you know this video was not an accident. The voluntary donation link remains open in the first pinned comment, right below the digital book. Not as a charge, not as an exchange, but as a giving back from the one who received to the source this message came from. Any amount your heart points to, and the universe sees every gesture, the universe sees, and the universe multiplies over your home, over your days, over what you don't even know is about to arrive. This was my last request. I'll be waiting for you there. Thank you so much. And when that heavy hesitation tries to return, remember that the answer has a name, the great secret of spiritual envy, and it is already within your reach. That invisible wall of glass right at the finish line has shattered completely, and the path to your new life is wide open. Now, you can let go. This message is complete. What was seen was seen. What was cut was cut. Walk light, Aries.